A very good afternoon, Zimbabwe, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network, where we continue to take a look on what's happening in the nation of Zimbabwe without fear, without favor. President Advocate Nelson Chamisa was summoned to a commission of inquiry. We talked much about this commission inquiry at a certain point in time, and we said this is meant to target Nelson Chamisa. And indeed, you were summoned yesterday, as we predicted earlier, that you are going to see what they are going to do to try and put Nelson Chamisa onto things he didn't commit. So what is key is that he appeared, he attended. Let us take a look on what he said.
I'm not aware of that process, but what I'm aware of is that there is a lot of tomfoolery and shenanigans within the context of local authorities. In fact, what bleeds my heart is the fact that each time councillors are elected on a party ticket, the moment they go into council, they go bonga, run amok, throw away all dictates of reason, throw away all dictates of allegiance and loyalty to the party, which I can understand. But then the purposes of making sure that we bring them to account in line with what they campaign for as a platform then becomes a problem. We are tempted, Justice King and Honorable Commissioner, to actually institute what we call integrity and accountability policy from the political party side, to try and rein in on councillors who will fail when behave in an untoward manner. Unfortunately, as we did that, they said, look, in terms of the law, there is no way the party can take us to account on anything, because we are governed by a party, we are governed by the electorate, we are governed by the statute, we are governed by the Open Council Act. And on that score, it then becomes very difficult to bring to account the special appointment.
They wanted to shame him. That is the reason why they had to bring him to that commission. However, he was quite aware of the shenanigans. He was ready, and he responded to them accordingly, and he addressed the issues as they are. You know, it's very, very interesting to see that this government is hell-bent to fight President Advocate Nelson Chamisa. When it suits them, they call him president, but when it suits, when it's something else, you know, they does something else again, and aiming at humiliating the people's president only. That is the major agenda. That is the major aim, to humiliate him, to humiliate the people's president, and it's a very sad situation. So I just want to say, forgive me, the temperature here is around 45 degrees Celsius at this point in time. So my gadgets are overheating, and I might present some problems in terms of our broadcast, but we'll try. Okay, so if you look at it, the Herald has then issued a report, and here is the headline from the Herald. They say, Chamisa grilled over illegal land allocation scandal. And we want to look at the issue which they are pointing fingers at Nelson Chamisa. Remember, Nelson Chamisa was not in charge of Harare City Council in the previous government. It was when Douglas Monzora took charge of the Harare City Council. What it means is that Nelson Chamisa was then moved out of the way. And up to the election day, it was Monzora who was in charge and who was overseeing everything and doing everything. But when things have gone wrong now, they are now calling Nelson Chamisa to say, explain to us what happened. When indeed Nelson Chamisa, they agree fully that Nelson Chamisa was not in charge of the council in the previous government. And soon after the inauguration of the new government, we have seen that they've also started to victimize President Nelson Chamisa as if he's in charge of anything. So it's a very sad situation. And if you look at this report, the way they are calling President Nelson Chamisa names, the way they are doing everything, it's a clear indication of people who are trying by all means possible to link Nelson Chamisa to the scandals which are happening in Harare. What is of importance is to note that the houses which they are talking about, they are land barons who are well known, who are ZANU-PF people. Those land barons have never been brought before this commission of inquiry. They have not brought these land barons to the commission, but they have the audacity, courage, and willingness to bring President Nelson Chamisa. Why? It's because they have an agenda. And their agenda is well known. It's to by all means possible to divide President Nelson Chamisa, push him away from the people. So it's a very, very sad situation. And, he responded very well. He dealt with the matter as it is. And he suggested that President Mnangagwa must be brought to this issue because his name was fingered. His name was mentioned several times by the land barons and by the councillors involved. Which means, if there is anything, it's Mnangagwa who must come first to that commission of inquiry. It's Mnangagwa who must answer first to that commission of inquiry. Then Nelson Chamisa comes second. If possible, they must sit side by side. So you can actually see that this is humiliating for the ZANU-PF people, because what they thought would bury Nelson Chamisa actually buried them, because he came knowing fully well what to say and when to say it. They wanted to trap him and they failed to trap him. So when you have God on your side, they will try each and everything, every trick, but it will not work. So I just want to leave it here. And this is it. This is what we have. Maybe later we'll see if we can bring the official statement of Team Chamisa regarding to this commission of inquiry. So as I said earlier, my temperature is so high. Things are not good this side. And my gadgets are freezing constantly. They are shutting down because of heavy temperatures. So it's very sad. Mobile devices are literally shutting down if you open some softwares which we use to broadcast, which means we are limited in terms of the way we are doing our live programs for the past days. So it's something else. Let me take a few comments. My sister Petronella says, please don't drink their waters, my president. Okay, thank you very much. Bell Market says, God is in it. And in what one mushonga obatire pasina chironda. Temba, my brother, how are you? It's 45 degrees. That's very close to the sun, brother. Yes, it's too hot. If you see my gadgets, that is a sign of a very, very hot temperature. It's no longer normal. So Temba says the rogue government is doomed to fail. To fail, and it's joking. Yes. Zelishe says Mnangagwa himself, he has loads of scandals and his hands are dripping blood and nothing has been done to him. Now they want to victimize people to bury theirs. So it's very, very interesting, Team Zimbabwe, to know that when you see the regime doing this, and very, very interesting moments ahead. We'll continue to watch and see. President Nelson Chamisa is brave and continues to stand even in the midst of persecution. He has refused to leave Zimbabwe, he has refused to back down, and is fighting from within. He's fighting and is present in Zimbabwe at this critical point and moment. So thank you very much, everyone, for coming. We'll see if our gadgets allows us to continue do live programs, and if they don't, then we will be giving you updates here and there. So it is what it is. Let us meet in other episodes and other broadcasts.